afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, here off-site defender of the fatherland. We're off here to a 1 versus 1 on the road to Kharkov. Between the south, we got 101st Airborne fighting for the Oberkommando West for Germany. Yeah, go figure. And both are Korean, by the way, both players here. And both players, by the way, are also in the top 100. But fighting here for the Oberkommando West is the 101st Airborne. Fighting here for Germany, Deutschland. Fighting for the Panzer Division versus the north, we got Loren. Fighting here for the United States of America. Freedom, democracy, true something, and corporate interests. Fighting here with the 5th Infantry Division. And Deutschland will be looking at breakthrough fortification spare corps with 3 infantry bulletins versus infantry, heavy cavalry and armour company with also 3 infantry bulletins there. Liaisons opening and the Sturm Pioneers holding up behind some tanks after they laid down. There's some Czech hedgehogs. Kuban flying with the machine guns, bullets flying all the way, mostly into the cabin there of the car. Scheiße, Jürgen, I told you, stop throwing bullets inside the car. Say hurt, you know, say hurt. Get mad of it, idiot. Northern fuel pumping gaps. We got actually a hyper-aggressive play there from the 101st Airborne. Hyper-aggressive. He goes straight there in for a disruptive play against Loren. That's always the one sort of that can bring a lot of benefits, but it can also be very risky if you then don't ensure to grab a lot of territory otherwise, because then you don't get a lot of territory and you suffered a lot for it, but didn't necessarily harm your opponent's economy that much. So this is actually a high-risk play here by the 101st Airborne, and we have seen how this can quickly turn sour, for example, with Overlord. He's got more faults for the weather. We've got Sturm now basically occupying the fuel, but he's not getting fuel himself. So again, very risky play there. Kuban's grabbing the centre victory point. And we got more rifling on the way for Loren. We also got a fighting position around the cutoff point. He likes doing that. Actually played against him. He's a very sneaky player in that department. Not something you very often see, but again, it does have basically the benefit of giving you what essentially amounts to, well, a slightly static mortar. Now, of course, not quite as direct impact there, but can still cause problems. Can further be set up with the 50 car machine to cover the cutoff point there. So bit rare USF play, but definitely not what I'd call bad. I mean, any USF player who makes good use of the fighting position is definitely a clever bastard. And definitely deserves to be in the top 100. We got points, I think, seized. Left, right, up the west here with the Kugelwagen. We got Fulters on the way there for the 101st Airborne. Sturmpires there, go get rifle. He just can't use the house because he constantly has to be out there as to keep firing rifle grenades at the place. So that's, again, pretty sort of nasty. The rifle now suffering. He's still defending the fuel point here from the Americans. Almost guy there goes forcing moving into block, but the rifle there might actually lose up. The Sturm Pioneers are bleeding heavily. It's going to get the fuel point out of his own before the Americans get back their own, but still, this is high-risk play, high-stakes play there from the 101st Airborne. Kuban won't catch the Russians out in the open. Sturm Pioneers they'll get away, and he's getting the fuel point before his opponents. In this regard, it sort of works out here again. He didn't commit too much to this out there, though it was still high risk, and instead he then got the own fuel point at the same time and actually prevented Loren from getting too much map in the early game. So far so good there from the 101st Airborne. His Kuban also needs repairs, his Sturm Pioneers needs reinforcements, but he's got 3 Volker squads in pretty good condition. We got a try on the way there for the 101st. Could be a battle group headquarters, most likely will be, because he doesn't have enough resources for the mechanized regiment at the moment. Points there being seized, point there being seized. You got the Schwerwehrmachtschlepper up there, arriving to the front line. And Sturm Pioneers, they're already hard at work preparing the Kugelwagen. They're getting reinforcements. Fulton versus Rifleman. And we got a big push here with some Fulters up the eastern side, ready to push further against Loren here and apply fresh pressure. Even as his fans should have gotten the fuel point, he's going to come under second wave of assault there from the 101st. We've got more tank traps here. We can see Loren is actually doing his best to prepare the battlefield ahead of time. Fun engagements there with the 101st. He could, of course, further choose docks and might further benefit from either heavy cavalry infantry. That way, just lay down sandbags. But the tank traps can certainly work just as well, though they do take a bit longer to get down. Rifling up to support further up north. Fulters again pushing for the fuel. Again, aggressive, disruptive play there from the 101st Airborne. If he's going to go for that continue, he might go for just breakthrough docks and then actually use breakthrough tactics, because the large machine the point neutrals extremely rapidly. I mean, in that regard, it's really good for that. So at this point, I'm almost saying again, he's going to go for it, choose it now, and then use it, maybe follow up with a Sturm officer. That way, also boosts his a few units here and there, and maybe sort of make it harder for Loren to effectuate any sort of defense against that.
We have a lieutenant
out there for Loren. So he's going to go in for some more aggressive counter-attack there. Not wait for the captain in the steel, but he's going to go for the lieutenant. We also got a fighting position in there, being upgraded with the 50 caliber further, creating a strong frontier, which is going to take a bit of resource from the 101st Airborne to actually overcome. Down here, Kubang versus Rifleman there. Almost got the fuel point there again. In fact, he'll have it connected. So right here again, 101st Airborne having a great start off versus Loren. We got Rifleman up here for the west. Sturmplan needs to bring up here. Kubang needs to be careful. Academy on the way there. He's expecting some kind of armor vehicle placement enough here from Loren, which is interesting. Again, he might be, of course, expecting a lieutenant, because the lieutenant has sort of become more acceptable in the meta game. So, of course, L lieutenants and M20, so even NA-15A half tracks there will certainly appear more. So, obviously, 101st Airborne is here, assuming that might is something hitting him, assuming again his opponent will reactively react to what's going on there, instead of just blindly go for the captain and the steward when it might not actually be beneficial for him. Push it again, rifle grenades once more again, make it very difficult to defend the house. Again, this fighting position is turning out to be quite efficient here for Loren, and a really good sort of just choice here. Really good choice there, and a really strong position, to be honest. We got the M20 all in the prowl, though, 50 caliber there. Can't quite upgrade with the armored skirts, but so far it's not so focused on that there, I imagine. Going for the fuel point there, we can see Loren aggressively trying to favour those 101st Airborne and the Panzer there. Panzer Division Rifle there taking losses as the Kubelwagen dives straight at them and then gets rifle grenaded most likely. Except he doesn't. Nope, he doesn't. Volkswagen Kenrev setting up there. Mormon getting back for healing, and there you go. M20 Kenrev fires, hits the M20, doing critical damage there. Pop smoke and falls back, but he's got the fuel point there. Applying finally a bit of hurt back. That's 101st Airborne and the Panzer there. We've got Kubang with the large Volkswagen contingent moving in here. Probably not to go for the M20, but probably to counter-attack here the rifle force there by the fuel point and get it back for Germany. Up north, Lieutenant advances under the cover here of the fighting position. Rifle grenades at the ready to bite, covering fire as well there. Rifle push back. A lot of angry Germans, proving to be quite the effective counter there to a single lone rifle squad. Sturm Pioneer setting out, close to Veteran 2-1. We got Volks coming up the eastern side there with Sturmgewehrs on the way, increasing their firepower to bring to bear against those dastardly Yankees. And there you go, Kubang gets quickly several kills on his rifle, and he's making good use of the Kubang so far. Nothing further there for Loren as of yet. Certainly no doctoral choice, but neither there is for the 101st Airborne. Certainly either player could, I think, benefit a bit more from, actually choosing doctrines here up north. False there with more Sturmpine support pushing up against the east again. This time the rear has been pulled back, possibly for healing reinforcement. And that certainly means that while the fighting positions, of course, still going to have the 50 caliber, it won't have the rifle grenades to actually cover this house so far. In the east, or west, gets the M20. A moment of inattention, perhaps that cost Loren his M20 scout car there to the Raketenwerfer. Up here, Sturmpans moving up, but there you go, within the arc of fire there of the fighting position. He could lose the Sturm Pioneers, but no, looks like they'll get away just barely. Close there, though, and he hasn't gotten the fuel point. Possibly a bit of a tactical error there by 101st Airborne. Failed to get it. That's going to hurt him. That's going to hurt him, because that means now Loren has a good chance of, covering the fuel gap there between the two. And he's, in fact, going straight for the captain, following up there with possibly the bazooka and some other bits there. We also got the bazooka here dropped. Folks moving up close with the rifle. In this case, we're able to get close thanks to the terrain there, and thusly get up close with assault rifles. Though the rifles still end up doing a ton of damage simply because they do a ton of damage up close. Same with the two assault rifles, the folks can't easily sort of close the gap that way in this case. He finally goes for Doctrine. It does turn out to be breakthrough, though again I would say he could have chosen that earlier, or chosen it. Storm officers can provide benefits, by the way. I mean, most players tend to not go for them, but still they can be helpful. Plus, of course, sooner Panzer Fusiliers, but also just the breakthrough tactics ability could have been used for some aggressive harassment versus Loren. Either way, they has gone for it there. Calling up some Panzer Fusiliers, which while here sort of shown off as sort of reconnaissance troops, they technically weren't. I mean, technically, the name was just another way of saying Panzer Grenadier. Initially, sort of, the title was given to the Panzer Grenadiers of the CoH2 Deutschland Panzer Division. Some units were actually detached from that to form a bodyguard unit, which were then later formed into their own independent brigades. The title carried over there, and some other units were later also get it. But generally, it was just another way of saying Panzer Grenadier here. There's a little detail that came out about Panzer Fusilier. Fusiliers, which were also unit, were sort of reconnaissance, but also sort of elite unit within the infantry divisions. And I'm guessing that's sort of where the mix-up happened. But Panzer Fusiliers themselves were not anything to do really with reconnaissance. You got Lieutenant down here in the open versus Panzer Fusiliers taking damage. Jump has been fought, their rears and stuff been wiped out, need to retreat. And folks are fighting for the fuel point there. We can see that Loren has managed to turn the map around there. Quite aggressively versus 101st Airborne, of course, is striking back there for the fatherland. Panzer Fusiliers moving up the east side there. No quite D-44s there ready for them. Folks versus Captain there, and in the west we've got the Kuban hunting down troops further. He's grabbed the bazooka there with something. Loren close to the Stuart light tank, and Captain there is just getting gunned down by angry Volksgrenadiers. Moving a bit too fast, they need to grab that point as well. Panzer Fusiliers almost got the eastern victory point. Point there secured, and we got a Kedmev out there as well for 101st Airborne. No further sign of anything, and he could go for more punch, but he could go for the Sturmoffizier. I feel like he's an undervalued unit. And personally, I'd also like if the Wehrmacht got something like him rather than the artillery officer, which, I mean, he's nice, but I wish that was a bit more useful, like him, again, with more specific orders. But oh well. Point there secured. Point there secured. Could grab the bazooka, we got mines down there, we got the Stuart on the way, and note, by the way, he actually uses supervision to crash out the Stuart. Good move there. A lot of American players tend to neglect they can use that ability. So, sharp move there by Loren, sharp move. Rifleman there. Large force there, we got light machine guns up there, we got here infantry company, so within short span of time they both chose the doctrine. Again, Loren could also benefit from the sooner he could lay down mines, sandbags to get light machine guns out sooner, so that could have been done a bit better. We got a huge blob there here for Loren, huge blob. And this is rather way again, the light machine gun, or heavy machine gun team could have been great for the 101st Airborne, but allowed to deal with it. But there goes, two hits into the mine, Stuart there. And takes it from the Kednev, almost got the Stuart there, almost got the Stuart. Fulton being pushed back though. He could try and rush here for the bazooka, then open up on the Stuart, but there you go, we got another Fulton squad moving up there. Fitz grabs the Panther Faust and knocks out the Stuart. So in this case, Loren Stuart was pretty brutalized. And again, that sort of shows just how handy mines are in general. Even if, again, you know, they don't necessarily knock out the thing, they can make it a lot easier target to deal with. So, yeah. Good move there by 101st Airborne. His Panzer is also now running to the scene there to assist the Volksguns, but the problem is there's still a massive blob here with Browning light machine guns, and without some serious firepower, that's going to be difficult to deal with. And his men again absolutely slaughtered there, even in light cover, they just can't do it, even in these chaps, to the extent, well, in the open, but in this case, getting light cover from the mine crater. So this is not looking good. He's getting some kills here. The Browning light machine gun blob is proving to be quite a problem there for the 101st Airborne without any sort of serious suppressive weapons or any sort of vehicles or armour. So there, he's quickly pushed away. We got a fort retreat. Wait, why are you going for a fort retreat point? You don't need a fort retreat point right next to your base. 9. That's not efficient. You could have gone for light machine guns instead. A heavy machine gun team instead. Got a unit there, wiped the BAR drop. That could help a bit here though. In this case, Loren might have extended a bit. There we go, got surprised by the assault rifle and quickly suffered losses. Kednev was moving ahead, he could grab the BAR here, but the Sturm Pioneers add to their firepower. Rather than there taking staggering losses here as the counterattack from 101st Airborne strikes in. So yeah, that was basically just 300 manpower that Russia's done essentially nothing. We got take up there for him, the Propagandacast Panzer Corps, got a mortar there from Loren bombarding 101st Airborne's position. Sturm Panzer getting veterancy too. Probably perform a bit better there with the BAR, Browning automatic.
M7B1 self-propelled howitzer on station and ready for
or we got access to the howitzer, we probably won't be going for that right away. Pushing in aggressively. Trug out there for 101st Airborne, troops in reinforcing. Grabbing the point there. No sign of machine gun teams there for 101st Airborne. Panzer Fusiliers halfway to veterancy 1. Stuart blown to bits. There you go. He doesn't try to salvage it, by the way. He could have done that. Could have considered it at the very least. I'm guessing he's going to set up a spare Panzer Corps here to defend the fuel point from any immediate harassment there from Loren and the 5th Infantry. Bit of shooting here and there, like KMF standing about. Volkswagen's moving out, and here troops healing, reinforcing back at his base. Need to set up the spare panzer quarters. And more still in support. M1 anti-tanking out there. Loren clearly beginning to get worried about 101st Airborne bringing up any armour. Panzer is there. Pretty brutalised by the Browning light machine guns available too. Loren, he's got at least 2 on that one, and just 1 on that one. There's still 3 Browning light machine guns, which is a lot of firepower. Plus, they'll be out of trouble. Even behind, like, well, heavy cover in this case due to the Kubelwagen. They have Infantry 3 now, rapidly suffering out there. They are suffering a lot of shots there, and there you go. They're slowly bleeding out. They won't be able to maintain the position much longer. Pushing in for the CoH point. Needs to just cloak that and then just begin firing. Actually, it's just beyond the arc of fire, so it could actually knock it out there. One more hit and that'll be gone. Back here, healing reinforcement. More troops bring up. They got the jump on it finally with the Browning automatic. Fighting position knocked out. Denying Loren a protection for his CoH point, and that matter his fuel point and munitions point. So a nice shot there for 101st Airborne, who's still floating quite a bit of manpower. You could consider Obersoldaten now. They would certainly bring, I think, a counterpoint up to all these rifles with the Browning light machine guns. Fulton's moving up there as well. Quickly sending it there to flash out the captain. And gets sent running, scurrying away like rats. Troops there reinforcing healing. Come on, Obersoldaten, 101st Obersoldaten. We need hardened veterans. Healing reinforcement here. We got no further take up there for Loren as of yet. No lieutenant going for the tanks, the Shermans, something like that. Otherwise, he's got a larger force here than 101st Airborne at the moment. 50 cal setting up there. That's going to give the Sturm Pioneers quite a headache as they run straight into it. Panzer they're going straight for the CoH, one engaging the resistance on the way with their Kar-98Ks. Quickly trying to get there against the 50 cal. That can actually be lost if he doesn't get out there soon enough, but he might be too preoccupied with the fighting around the CoH point first. So there you go. Almost got the 50 caliber there, almost. But nope, ends up retreating when there's simply too many Americans about and not enough Germans. There you go, quick attack here again. He could utilize breakthrough tactics to quickly decap the points. And that way, for example, move straight on from the CoH point to the fuel point and just quickly cut that one off as well. And that's really the power of breakthrough tactics. It just allows you to cut off a lot of territory quickly and then secure whatever you want. So in that way, it's a great harassment ability. Great harassment ability. But so far, 101st Airborne does not quite seem to give a damn about it, which is unfortunate. Also floating at a map, and there's still no sign of Obersoldaten, which would also benefit, I think, quite nicely. Panzer Fusiliers there being pushed back by the captain. Points there being secured. Healing reinforcement from there. Sturm Pioneers closing in on halfway to Infantry 3. If they can get there, it'd be great. Of course, that also unlocks the concussive grenade there for them. Rather than the rest of Sturm Pioneers, they quickly turn to the retreating Panzer, which actually gives the Sturm Pioneers several free hits there. Now with Volkswagen's moving up support as well. Rather than the south halted by the spare Panzer quarters. And cut-off point there has been cut off, but the Germans still will be able to overwhelm the riflemen within a matter of moments. Almost lost the Sturm Pioneers though.
There's a major reporting for action.
Major out there for Loren, so that could certainly mean tanks soon, but 101st Airborne will certainly have the potential for a Panther 4 much soon out there, or even a Panther really. I mean, could easily go for a Panther, but of course a Panther 4 will reap faster rewards. Plus you can also get out Obersoldaten faster with that, but either way I do really think you should consider some Obersoldaten. Captain there on the CoH point, reasons going there for the house around the fuel. It's only been back and forth here between these two players. Reasons out in the obvious the Volksgrenadiers. 50 cal there, close to Infantry 1, reasons pushed back.
We've dropped to 200 points.
Healing reinforcement there. Infantry 5 here, engaging the captain. Close and ugly. Major providing covering fire there with all weapons available. Goddamn Krauts. Die. In the name of freedom. So could be he's actually aiming for the Panther, though he's still filling a lot of manpower. Again, Obersoldaten would be great, Officer would be great. Oh, Panzer Fusiliers could also work nice, I think, they're 101st Airborne. But he's certainly putting up a consistent work there at harassing his fuel point. The actually got an artillery barrage in there from Loren. Called in by the Major. This is Major Tom. We need artillery now. Rather than pushing that against the Panzers in heavy cover, using the Czech hedgehogs there for cover. Mortar fire raining down though. He's going to need to retreat before he gets annihilated, and the Fulters might actually be in a bit of trouble there. The rifle basically currently retreat path there. He's got a Panther 4 on the way. He's still got a ton of manpower, which could be doing a lot of things. Ours collapsed, and there you go, retreat. At full health, though, they shouldn't be wiped, but they might still suffer losses simply due to the sheer amount of Browning light machine guns Loren is bringing to bear. In fact, that's so far all he's using from the doctrine. I don't think we've seen a single mine, sandbag, mortar half-track, or anything else, really. He's just using it for the Browning light machine guns. Which seems a bit, I don't know, awkward. Sturmpanzer closing a bit to 350 cover. They're taking losses as they get shot there from side they weren't quite expecting. Panzer Fallen done their opponent first. Still should go for some Obersoldaten rather than they're firing away there. And there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4, Model J, though technically, mechanically in the game, it doesn't really reflect the Model J due to this very fast turret rotation, which the actual Model J would not have had. I mean, it had initially, but they basically decided against it because people kept complaining that, you know, it wasn't good enough. Anyway, Sturm Pioneers there, dealing with the anti-tank gun, getting shot to bits here, but Raffen out in the open. Pinning up machine gun almost done, engaging here, the Raffen, there we go, excellent hit there, wiping out Flea with a single hit, quite the introduction there. Still, no lead infantry, he really should consider some orbital on that one and first, he really should consider some. And there you go, finally going for at least one squad there of them. Also time here for the mid-game analysis in terms of damage, pretty close to each other. Kills-wise, slightly there to 101st Airborne over Loren. Actually, when you look here, it's slightly bigger. In terms of army value, though, Loren is ahead here of 101st Airborne. Again, there has been floating an awful lot of manpower. I mean, really, don't do that. Unless you actually can't spend the manpower. For example, because you've got full pop cap. But this is more like, you know, he could easily spend it on Obersoldaten. Again, you can have 2 squads out there, which really would have a huge impact there on his opponent. He just never went there. And again, you can see that he's just been floating so much more consistently. And again, that easily allows for this to sort of happen. And of course, also allows your opponent to have a bit better map control. That at the same time, on the first has been harassing and flanking nicely. But still, you know, he needs to work, I think, a bit more on his resource usage there against Loren. Pinlock machine gun away there, but otherwise, I mean, he's sort of, you know, doing well. He just needs to hit more here, trying to flank, and he also needs to use his doctrine more again. Breakthrough tactics. Consider Sturmofficer, and again, more Obersoldaten, or at least some heavy machine gun teams, to that way keep Loren's infantry in check. If you can do that, I think, on first Airborne, a good chance for Loren. He needs to use his doctrine more, lay down some mines, prepare some sandbags, maybe a mortar half-track. Oh, first, though, get out a tank. And, you know, just try to flank more. At the times he does have a tendency to slightly get ahead on instead of just trying to outmaneuver his opponent, trying to catch him off guard, which does also mean that 101st Airborne has a bit more maneuverability versus Loren. But let's return to the fight here quickly and sort of get back to the fight. Panzer Fusiliers again, we have supporting the Panther Force out maneuvers here. Loren position, quickly clearing out the anti-tank gun there. Again, takes a nasty hit there. Mortar crew there, also a nasty hit. He's going for a Jackson there to help deal with the Panzer IV. Not a bad choice, not a bad choice. We've got VSs going up there, but they again to be engaged here with the Panzer IV. Plus Volksgrenadiers there. They're going to need to retreat pretty quickly before they're annihilated. Quick anti-tank rifle, they get to the Panzer IV. Slowing down his rampage. Rifle they're flanking in, but they don't actually have any anti-tank weapons there versus the Panzer IV. So they quickly fall back into the woods to avoid extermination. And he actually got a Fox squad there, too much going on with 101st Airborne, a full unit there annihilated. It was the Panzer Fusiliers brutally got it there in service of Germany.
A capture point is under attack.
Of course, now we have the Obersoldaten to take over there. Panzer IV continue to fall back, troops are gaining ground. And in the east as well. You're certainly putting a lot of pressure on the victory points, which Loren does seem to struggle a bit with there compared to the 101st Airborne. It has allowed him to gain a bit of a lead, though we are seeing Loren still getting a bit back there. All of a sudden there, coming in front for the 50 cover, they do get a bit of light cover. It is quickly crumbling, and there you go, forced retreat, but they did get a few kills already in the opening moments of their debut on the battlefield. Need to retreat, they're suppressed, they're not really going to be able to do a lot there. Got a Panther Force Jumpers flanking, might be using actually the upside as a diversion. There you go, Force attempt from the other side. There you go, Panther Force straight to the Jackson and the anti-tank gun. This is where, you know, mines would have been great, would certainly ensure that the Panther 4 would have been disabled here, but very likely this is not end up going with it because he just rushed it in there. He wasn't expecting the Jackson, I think. In this case, got punished, but he tried to maybe sort of flank in and do a bit of reconnaissance. I suspect his Panther 4 would have had a less explosive fate there, so I think that was a bit of recklessness there on 101st Airborne's behalf. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Great time for more orbital Soldaten since he's floating a ton of manpower. So he goes for the Panzerfließers. They're quick to bring out to the field. He should definitely consider upgrading them with the G43, which is a pretty handy upgrade as well. Going for the point there under fire there from the mortar. Jackson being fixed up there. Sturmpioneers Veteran 3 closing in Veteran 4 ever so slowly, and we got German troops standing beneath the trees waiting for orders. Come on, G43 is there for on first. We got another Kettenwerfer. Certainly sending up for the Jagdpanzer. Panzer 4 or Panther, he will have to see what he actually ends up going for. Yes, it's caught here by the Fultons and swiftly dispatched with ease. And he's only outgo the captain with a single bazooka. So I mean, in theory, he would easily have 40 just for an additional light machine gun on here, and just that will increase the captain's firepower. I mean, some players tend to just neglect upgrading the officers, whereas the sharper ones tend to just be quick to upgrade their officers with extra weapons or whatever they want. I'm saying, for example, I'm seeing an increase in captains with just double BARs, because that's pretty damn effective. Sturmpanzers being suppressed by the 50 caliber rifle and fighting against Volksgrenadiers. Mortar fire raining down. Second Kettenwerfer running their 101st Airborne. Fight for the cuff point. They're also doing what they can though. Heavy fighting, in fact, across a large chunk of the map here between American and German forces. Riflemen sent running, and over here captains sent running as well, as the Volksgrenadiers with support from the Panzerfließers repulsed them. Veterans 1 in the Orbital Soldaten, 5 kills, but also very low in health there. Any, I think, 2 aggressive movement there could easily kill them. You could, of course, consider some booby traps. He's got plenty of munitions for it. I mean, booby traps, I think, would be a pretty good choice there for the 101st Airborne. It's certainly a better choice than a retreat point inside his own base.
A resource sector has been isolated.
Grabbing the point there. He can go for the Panzer 4, but isn't, so could certainly indicate potentially a Panther here from the 101st Airborne next. As for Loren, certainly striking with the fuel, he might want to get to some fuel casualties, trying to offset it that way, maybe cover his cutoff point or some other points, and that way, you know, so he can actually quickly get up maybe a Sherman to support his Jackson, or for his Jackson to support whatever sort of way he wants to go about it.
Mission complete.
Advancing up the west there. Finally getting G43 on the Panzerfließers list. Orbital Soldaten also good to go. Still consistently floating a lot of manpower there. Not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. And we got something here. It's mines for the Sturmpioneers on the cutoff point. And partially charging to the captain, who has finally been upgraded there with a brand new light machine gun. Good. Obviously less good for 101st Airborne, but again does highlight, you know, he's actually doing something with his officers. You could also, of course, upgrade the major as well. Jackson there providing some kind of fire support there with his 90mm gun. Panzerfließers need to retreat before they're annihilated out in the open. Sturmpioneers has a lot of rifle. We've got Fulton moving from the other side. Orbital Soldaten are slowly moving up the eastern side here. Rifle there, supported by the 5th Cavalry, actually pretty much sort of destroy a large German force here. Of course, the forces can actually support. It's right there, Loren pulling off a pretty good counterattack there against 101st Airborne. That does help again that he's not committing, I mean, even the majority of his resources at this point. Which easily allows Loren then to have a larger force on the field, and that way actually crush what 101st Airborne has on the field. I mean, he's going to eventually have to spend a lot more resources if he's not careful. But there you go, yes, going for the Panther now. Panzer Kampfwagen 5 on the way. Also on there being suppressed by the 50 caliber again, closing in a bit 23. Sherman all the way there for Loren. The M4A3. Troops there good to go, ready to fight for the fatherland. Exterminate some Yankees.
All right, you dopes, listen up.
Quick use the captain there to supervise the Sherman out. And again, fuel cache I think could also work out nicely there for Loren. Forces moving up there, Riflemen doing what they can to stall them with light machine gun fire. We've got incendiary grenades off and mortar rounds going against the Germans. Flooding a lot of munitions as well. There you go, Panther out there for 101st Airborne. 1st Battalion of the
capture point is being overrun.
101st, there's Panzer Battalion. The actual number for, I believe, was the 150th Panzer Division, by the way. Fun fact there. Sherman's heading out there, pinpointed 5th count going up there as well. No pinpoint machine gun by the way for the Panther, so yet he's to get up to the front pretty quickly.
Crew just got wiped out.
Got the 5th cav and is quick to steal it for Germany. Sherman engaging with high explosive rounds, Jackson supporting, Panther sets out there but with minimal infantry support, could run into missions there against the Americans. There you go, moves up and shoots, gets a good hit there on the Sherman with its high velocity, 500 gun. Sherman shoots, misses, Jackson shoots, bounces off the Panther's armour. Got another good hit and Sherman needs to get out there, but the problem is, how is he going to do that? He's also using onto armour piercing rounds. There you go, Panther, a lot of trouble here. Down to half health there for this Panther. But there you go, McKenna forgets the Sherman. Sherman, there you go, Panther almost dead as well. Quick retreats here before risking annihilation. And there you go, McKenna, he forgot about them and loses the Jackson as well. Huge loss there for Loren, huge loss. Definite victory there though for 101st Airborne, getting not just the Sherman but the Jackson as well. 2 for 1, and he didn't lose the Panther either. So quick work then fixing that one up here. Orbis line versus Rifleman. Sending them running. Noting by the way, this was sort of the newer style cupola on the Panther here. Initial ones had the slight disadvantage of pretty much giving away someone's peeking out there when the hatch sort of opened up upwards, but this one went sideways, thusly not revealing that someone was peeking their head out, for example. It's like the detail there, actually, sort of technically. Also, some of them were basically just sticking out too much as well, which also made them easy to target. Certainly some commanders are lost by that. Fun fact there. A lot of troops charging forwards. Panther ready to go again against the armies. Folks' Panzer is bringing up the west, Rifleman in this mid, or Folks and Ref being murdered by the Rifleman in the centre. A lot of kills there, 27 kills.
Heavy machine gun team.
Grenades might be the active for Loren to consider, would give him some smoke just the likes there versus the Germans. In fact, we have to note in this battle so far not used one bit of smoke, there was 101st Airborne. Panther doing what he can there with machine guns and main gun. Well, squad there close being wiped out. Also note he's actually gone for replacement 50 caliber machine gun there to help deal with those crowds. Also the artillery barrage called in on the centre victory point to prevent the Germans from getting to it immediately. Orbis on them bouncing up the east, and the Panthers also ready to push further up there. Concerning the loss of the Sherman and Jackson, the actually comes into quite a problem there for Loren, seeing as there's a Panther on the field. So in that regard, the Panther makes it a lot harder there for launching the game back with armour. And he's definitely going to need to sink another anti-tank, although at least there's a decent chance of containing the Panther with any tank. We've got mounts going down the centre cutoff point there, folks pushed back by the 5th caliber there. 101st Airborne quite in control now versus Loren and the 5th Infantry. Panther rolling about there. And the West Air Panzer Fusiliers fighting a lonely fight against a very sizable force of Americans. Panther going up here, trying to flank, doing some damage there. Steel pilots running straight into the 50 caliber, and the results are unsurprisingly swiftly set running. Back here, healing reinforcement going to be happening in a few moments. McKenna is on the way to report any direct armoured assault. Also on here, they're being overwhelmed simply by Loren's sheer numbers here, and they won't have any chance to really hold them off. I mean, if they're say in a building or a bunker, a trench, they might have a chance there, but they aren't, so they have to retreat. Back here, making push back by the Panther. Shot bounced. 50 cover the deal with the rifle, the anti-tank, and they did not pop armour-piercing rounds, but certainly did not increase the chances of penetrating the Panther's frontal armour. Folks, they're pinned down by the 50 caliber, taking losses there. Panther closing in Infantry 2-1. Arriving out in the open, getting shot to bits.
We're getting plastered over here.
Troop ceiling reinforcing.
Orders, listen up.
Panther very close to Infantry 1 there.
Orders, cross it up.
Infantry 2 there. Right, Captain's being slowly bled out here. Heavy loss there for the Fultz Grenadiers due to mortar fire, but overall, I mean, Loren is still struggling a bit there. He's almost got another Sherman ready, but again, without sufficient anti-tank support there, he's going to struggle heavily versus the Panther unless it turns out to be a complete genius for the Sherman, or all of a sudden one of the 1st Airborne turns out to be a complete dunce with this Panther. Also keeps forgetting there's a Panther 50 cover there. Mortar could be great, at least laying down a smoke screen around that area. That way, preventing the 50 caliber from actually firing at the rifleman. In this case, rushing up the steel pony is now eventually fought, going in for the kill there for Germany. Sweeping out those Americans. They, of course, could pop a grenade there to further sort of sweep them out. Low victory points there for Loren. But at the same time, one of the 1st Airborne doesn't quite have the lead he used to. Loren might actually be getting slightly desperate with these things and could make mistakes. At the same time, the 101st Airborne isn't doing what a lot of players end up doing if they got their opponent low victory point, because he just makes a lot of bad choices, short-term trades that will only work out short-term. So that's also pretty good there for 101st Airborne. Double kid maps already. We've got the Sherman rolling forward into heavy fire there. Again, he seems to underestimate the Raked maps and the positioning. And there goes Sherman now. Not really good handling there by Loren. He should at this point be figuring that those Raked maps will be covering the centre pretty aggressively. It's a bit of a tactical misjudgment there, I think, for Loren. Gets punched pretty badly. Captain versus Panzer Fusiliers. And he... Oh, wait! That was quite the out of control move. They basically went through all that before it sort of went, oh no! We are dying! Safely away from the Germans. Right from there, almost right with the grenade from the Obersoldaten. Close to FTV there. Anti-tank and pushes forward straight to line of fire with the Panther. Obersoldaten can also flank in here. Heavy artillery fire there from assault artillery. Almost got the anti-tank gun there. Smoke screen going down. Armor piercing round going off against the Panther, but a bit late there, a bit late. And white. Obersoldaten there being pinned down by the 50 cover. We got jump ready to flank in on it. Veterans 4. I've one set Maschinengewehr-Crew. Dead! Ja, schnell! And go wiped. Obersoldaten back in action. I think the smoke screen there from assault artillery actually helped cover him up there. That's, I think, one of the few times we've actually seen the smoke screen there of assault artillery actually serving a purpose.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Rifleman, Major, Mortar crew moving up, Captain there as well. A lot of firepower, steel pine is forced away. Close veteran flee there. Rifle just charging straight into it, pretty recklessly there. Not sure whether ran up so close there if he doesn't have grenades, because that pretty much means he's within grenade range of the Obersoldaten without anything to really, return in their general direction. Huge focus moving up, force up there to support the Panther. Academy, of course, still in reserve in case some kind of armored rush from Loren happens. Damage engine on the Panther, focus rushing forwards there. Quick suppressed about the 50 cover recruit here by Lawrence, captain. Three points left for Loren though, 3 points left. He's hanging on here desperately. Ever so desperately. At this point, one of his 1st Airborne could just go for a Panther or a Panther 4 here versus Loren and probably roll all over him. He's actually gone for a 2nd Obersoldaten squad, having lost the Panzer Fusiliers again. Just aims for the best of the best, of the best, of the very best. Could try and launch a flank assault though from here towards here. I mean, he doesn't really cover his eastern flank there, so I mean that could be a good move. I think they're following 1st Airborne against Loren. Of course, for Loren, maybe something similar, at least just clearing out that machine gun. But he certainly needs to be careful about just rushing his tanks any armor he gets through the center, because I mean, as we've so far seen here again, one of the 1st Airborne is pretty good at setting up there, just to sort of wreck anything and tries, a sort of head-on charge. But still, his Panther's going to need some fixing up there. Has seen quite a bit of damage from the armies. 50 caliber pushed out. Mortar rounds going through the roof, which is generally considered a bad thing. And he's actually now going for weapon racks. Rather, I think, late for that there from Loren. I think rather late. He should have gone for that probably sooner, in which case he'll also be able to fit in the Panther a bit more than just with one-handed tank gun, which is now, well, gone. Panther, though, heading out again.
Weapon rack is now accessible.
Looks like there's something assembling or resembling a flank here. There's still, though, I think, no mines there from Loren as well. In this case, there's not enough assault from the front, though, which allows the 50 cover to turn to deal with the flank. So that's something there to keep in mind. Artillery raining down there from Loren's making it on the slight flank there. Panthers jumping up to the centre. 50 cover there holding the Germans as again. So he's shooting assemble a bit more force. And he actually goes for a Jagdtiger. He calls in a bleeding Jagdtiger. Well, I guess that's something. It's not exactly, though, like armor's a threat, and while he technically has AoE, the problem is he's not really good at hitting with it. Still, he's called in a Jagdtiger. I mean, I guess that's something. It would have been more preferable than just going for the Yak Panther with that one. Also easily to balance in a sense, I suppose. Also less Wunderwaffen, since the Yak Panther was actually a good heavy tank destroyer. Fun fact there. Jagdtiger shoots, blows up some sandbags. Also like there versus Rifleman, yes, instead with light machine guns as well. But a fun fact about Jagdtigers, one of the first battalions or battalions there of Jagdtigers sort of for spawn, actually some of the battalions were actually crewed by Tiger crews and not tank destroyer crews. And fun fact, the crews from Tiger crews were actually, they weren't quite good at it compared to the ones actually, used to Yak Panthers before that. There were actually some issues there. So an interesting sort of detail there. They weren't quite fond of it. Unlike, say, another case with some Panzer IV crewmen were actually sort of moved over to Stoops, where they actually kind of liked it, except for they lost a crew member. So some slight differences there in sort of how things would go. Jagdtiger is not really having much of an impact. I mean, I suppose it's a psychological impact, but beyond that, it's not really doing much. But there you go. Discard points enough and leads out Loren for the last few remainders. And there we go. GG, game over. A victory there for 101st Airborne versus Loren. A victory for Germany. Overall, nice play there by 101st Airborne. I think Loren also made some good moves, but again, his Doxel usage was pretty weak. I mean, he pretty much only went for the light machine guns, so no mines, no sandbags, no mortar half-tracks, no nothing, which really begs the question, why did he go for it in the first place in that regard? I mean, if you're just going to use it for single ability, you might want to question why using it comparatively, while he could have done more with it. He actually used it for the Panzers, it is, assault artillery, and even the Jagdtiger. I mean, it wasn't a great usage, but he still used it for it. I mean, that means there's more of a strategy there. He could also, though, make great use of breakthrough and, Sturmoffizier. But others are also good at flanking, harassing, and disrupting there. Loren was alright there again, but he made some mistakes, in particular with his armor play. They just kept rushing straight at 101st Airborne for the center, despite knowing there were Academy was there. And that rather cost Loren there, so some things to consider there. Also, he could have benefited from smoke from his mortar a lot. But there you go. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you different matches. If it did, want to subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Linking. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.